Okay. Maybe we live now?
Yep.
Okay. And we are here for you. Okay, we already did our pleasantries. We figured out technical difficulties. We are here. What y'all want to get into? Y'all want to get right into it? Y'all want to come in hot?
Yep. We can start with KeKe if y'all want to.
KeKe, do you love me? Okay, KeKe Palmer. Huh?
Take it easy on my cousin.
That's your cuz? KeKe Palmer. Let's go. Anybody wanna give it to us, Punk, or you just? If you haven't been on the internet lately.
I'm going first.
Yeah, you ought to start the show.
We have multiple topics about her though. Which one?
All right, we're gonna get into
KeKe.
KeKe. Okay. If you didn't know,
Cause she got a couple things I need to touch on.
KeKe Palmer was at the Usher concert,
Getting serenaded.
and you know Usher. He's a legend.
I don't want to see his woman looking like that at another man. But go ahead, Deuce.
We all know Usher. He's a legend of the game. You know, musician, very talented, and he has this thing. What'd you say back there?
Nothing.
Okay, all right.
That's funny. So let me stop. Go ahead, Deuce.
They didn't want to lead into the topics, but then when I start talking, here they is back in. You get what I'm saying? All right. Anyways, Usher has this part of his show where he, serenades a particular woman, usually a woman that is in a relationship. But anyways, he has this part of the show where he serenades a woman, sings to her, spotlights on them. Everybody loves it. It's exciting. It's happy. So, KeKe Palmer was at the show. He sang to her. They danced a little bit. Had a good time. A moment that everybody seemed to love, except for one particular person.
I think it's two.
Okay, two particular people.
Hey, my woman. Me feel no way.
Her boyfriend.
What boyfriend? She's single. Nah, she didn't.
No, he jumping. He jumping. Here you go. He can't help himself. We ain't been here for a few weeks. Can't help himself.
Itching.
The father of her child sends out a tweet as all of this is happening that says, I forget what it said. Something about, wow. This is how a mother dresses, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that dress. You're a mother, though.
You're a mother, though, or something like that. Paraphrasing. Did I take us there enough? Or?
Yeah. So
okay.
My issue, I got a couple issues, right? This kind of go back to us talking about asking me what you got on. Because if you don't,
this is exactly what we was talking about.
If you don't care about my response when I tell you your dress,
how I look. Not if you liked it, but how did I look? That was what I asked. But go ahead.
Right. Go ahead. Even if you ask how you look, if I tell you your dress too short or you don't need to be out and see through, you probably should have went to change. Because then don't be mad. I don't know if he did. Or
Can we describe what KeKe had on?
It was lingerie.
It was a bodysuit and then a sheer.
She had on a swimsuit cover up. What are we talking about? Really, that's what it looked like.
Them cheeks was
what you see people walking around on the beach here that see
cheeking.
through. You can still see their ass and thong and all that through it. That's basically what it was.
Cheeks was cheeking.
That's what they wear in Chicago. She can't help what she from.
Yeah, alright.
So is the issue what she had on or her being serenaded by Usher?
So here's the thing. I believe the real issue was her being serenaded by Usher. Because he had to see her before she walked out the house.
Absolutely.
He didn't have to.
Well, she said he did.
Okay.
He said he did.
If you did, and you didn't say nothing, That's your fault.
He had to.
Because you should have said something.
She's still breastfeeding and shit.
Now, if he said something and she still walked out like that, she bogus. But he really cared about the serenading and the way this nigga was looking at her. Like,
they're entertainers.
He ain't think not
They're
that much attention.
entertainers.
It don't, but that's a moment that happened to the world. He probably ain't had no moment like that the world done
So
seen.
he didn't learn how to sing.
No, I'm saying.
She an actress. They was acting.
Exactly. It was entertaining. It was entertainment. Like, it wasn't like, oh my God, like, I'm finna go have your baby. Like, no, it was entertainment. It wasn't like she was ready to risk it all, lose her shit. He was ready to lose his shit. He seen the bitches every night. You think his girlfriend care?
Would you consider people who do podcasts entertainers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Say your bit. Come on.
Imagine me somewhere entertaining motherfuckers because I'm an entertainer.
Are you getting paid? Is this a show that you're doing? Are you getting paid? Because Usher got paid lots and lots of money.
You talking on stage and she in the audience.
Right.
What you doing?
Because if you talking about you at the bar up the street and you in the bitch face KeKeing, then you finna get meat.
Y'all making it like
y'all added stuff to the scenario.
No, but no, he said entertainment, so he made this. He made
what
this
I'm
scenario.
saying is, don't nobody, just because he's an entertainer don't mean I want to see you entertaining my girl like that. That ain't no different than y'all be like, what you making her laugh for? She laughing too hard. You don't want to see that.
I mean,
you don't. And then the whole world gets to see it.
It was a concert, though.
That's just like when we go to Chris Brown concert. What you tell me?
I tell your ass all the time you be doing too much, sharing his pictures and all of that. Share my shit. But nah, for real.
Share my shit.
But nah, for real. Would you want to see your girl looking like that over another guy?
I guess admiring. It was
right. It was like oh my God.
That was a fangirl. That wasn't mine. She was fanning out.
She listened to his music. Like, oh my God. Like maybe it was a crush. Maybe it was. But that's just what it was. Like I think y'all making too big of a deal about it.
I ain't making a big deal out of it because I don't
upset about it being publicized, and I think that's really what it was. Like, you all on camera with this, whatever.
Again, he ain't had a moment like that with her.
You don't know that.
For the world to see.
They have had their moments in public. You ain't paid attention to him because he ain't got.
He ain't Usher.
I ain't seen it. And they gonna wait to it, but they've had plenty public events and moments. But it was just different because, I mean, it's Usher. And so it's like this was publicized and you doing a lot for the world to see. But if he would have brought Usher to the house and she was sitting there mesmerized, he probably wouldn't have said nothing.
The way she was looking, I think she still would have been mesmerized either way.
I didn't say,
I think for him it still would have been an issue.
Okay, and I still feel like as if a couple or whatever they are, you don't do that in public. When I get home, you got some issues.
It's about address the issue publicly.
Oh, because he went to Twitter with it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He could even send her a text.
He messed up right there, bro. He messed up. Darius, you messed up, man. You messed up, Darius. You got Twitter fingers, Brody. You got Twitter fingers.
I agree.
Passive aggressive don't look good to the world, bro. Definitely from a man.
Say your real issue. Say your real issue. Don't try to hide it with some other shit. Cause you had to see her before she left the crib. So now to try to act like you got an issue with the dress and put it to the world like that, like, nah, you could have did this before I walked out. Like,
especially calling her a mother, but then you pull up pictures where she pretty much topless, holding her titties that you posted.
I was just saying this to
deep. That's kind of deep.
Posting pictures of her in her tights, like shaking her ass. Like, what's the difference?
Yeah, it's a no from me.
Yeah. So if you got an issue or nothing, but nobody's saying he's wrong for having this issue. It's the way you do it and address it, even if they are in a relationship or not. It's a respect factor. Like, you're not even gonna talk to me. You're just gonna go straight to. Again, nobody's perfect. So if I'm doing something wrong, tell me. But don't blast me to the world like that and cover up your real feelings. But now you sound like a bitch. I said lame.
Oh, I'm sorry. I went too aggressive. Sorry. I didn't mean that.
I mean, that's how the world. That's how the women delegation was coming at them. They was coming at them saying way worse stuff than that. That's how they was coming at them.
I seen it.
Hey, bro. Usher told you, don't leave your girl around me. You play for real. That's what. Okay, where you messed up, bro, is you didn't go to see Usher. Why weren't you there to see Usher?
Yeah.
Bro, that's where you messed up. That was your very first mistake.
Even if you ain't
Usher? Oh, no, we there. We seeing Usher today, goddamn.
Even if you ain't had no ticket originally.
I'm in there. I don't get
that dress.
I don't care what I gotta pay. I'm in.
We in there. Oh,
definitely, I seen the dress.
Let's go.
That's right.
I don't care who ticket I gotta buy.
Just saying. It be like that, and it ain't just. I mean, cause I'm the same way. He
No,
like,
here's the question though. Was he not there on purpose because he kind of knew some spotlight Hollywood type moment might happen and he didn't want to be in that,
it appeared to be a girls' night. So maybe he was giving her, after birth, mom's night out. I don't know. My only issue is she kind of, shed some light on moms. That's kind of negative. So now every time the moms want to have a mom's night out, people gonna be like, "Oh, you going out with that Usher shit, huh?" I don't want that kind of negativity.
Punk, you got something to say, or you still making FanDuel bets over there?
I'm not.
I asked him what he was doing.
Man, he act like he ain't live on the podcast.
I'm taking care of some business.
Okay. All right. V-Chat, do you have an opinion here?
It was Usher.
So it should be.
Facts.
What you mean keep that same energy?
Because if Beyonce put my husband on stage, you think I'm going to be like, oh my God, you're a dad? No. Go try and get that bitch pregnant.
So,
we need some child support.
the other issue I had before she walked off the lid.
Just saying.
So, y'all seen the meme going around talking about you single until you married?
Yeah, it was a video of her saying it, right?
I believe so.
I saw a video of KeKe saying
all
it.
These women was like all cool with it, right? So I'm trying to figure out what makes it okay to say you single until you married, and you're like putting yourself in the single mother role in that case, cause you just had a baby with a nigga, but you single until you married. So are you looking to be married? Do you want to have a family, or cause if you single, that's like you could just walk away at any point. But y'all got a kid together. You finna have to deal with this person for the rest of your life. It don't make sense to me, and we're celebrating that. Yeah.
I think it's even beyond that because, y'all got a kid together, but I think my problem with that mentality is, yes, your status, your marital status is single. However, there's such thing as a committed relationship and being solid with a person. And so just because you're not married yet, you still need to take the steps and act accordingly to get to that moment, because if y'all single and ain't got no attachments and ain't got no nothing, y'all will never get where you going. If you got a goal of where you going.
Besides having a kid. That's the thing. I'll have a kid, but I ain't worried about getting married or actually being with this person, because in my mind I'm single.
Yeah.
There's something wrong
and
with that.
And it's a difference between a single mother and a single person, because she ain't a single mother. Obviously, what's his name? Darius is there. He back there. So
hopefully
he might be on his way dipping. Who knows?
I mean, I'm saying as a parent, I don't know they relation wise, but as a parent, he's there.
He wanted the Usher.
Seen people
he was with the baby.
He was the baby. What'd you say?
Y'all seen people do stranger things. Y'all ain't never seen a dude that was there and then y'all ain't together and all of a sudden he ain't there.
Oh no, that's true.
So
You no longer a parent. Yeah, that's another
I
issue.
would hope he wouldn't do something like that.
That's
But
another
I'm just
issue,
saying,
though. I mean, it happens.
I'm single until married, and that's empowering, and that's okay. And no, it's not in you having kids with people. Like what we really to me, that's just like flat out saying we don't care nothing about being a family. Let's just reproduce.
Do people care about being a family anymore?
Clearly not. it's too much celebrating of people being single parents and not being families. It's celebrated way too much these days. Like, can't care about it.
What if it's not their goal to be married, or if it's just something that they never? What if it's just something that they just never wanted for themselves?
Then that's fine. That's something that they never wanted. But when we look at all these statistics on single parent households and all that stuff and how fucked up it is for our community, you're literally kind of almost putting yourself in that position, which is kind of setting that kid up to not be as successful as he possibly could, and we're celebrating that. To me, that's a problem. You ain't even thinking about giving your kid like a fair chance. You know what I'm saying? Or the best chance.
Well, let's not say that, because just because you're a single family or doesn't mean that both parents aren't involved.
I understand, but it still take away time. I mean, I think it's different when a parent's not in the house and when they in the house, like both parents or whatever. And everything don't work out. So it's not like I'm saying people should just stay together because they got kids.
Right.
But that's not even the goal.
Yeah.
Like that's not even the goal.
Yeah. The goal was to smash.
You're not even showing your kids like how you need to be loved or want to be loved, like them seeing somebody love you a certain way properly. Like all they seeing is mommy live over here, daddy live over here. Yeah, y'all both might be good parents, but
yeah, but what if they're just not good together? I would rather be apart and my child see mom happy, dad happy, than to see us together and it's just toxic and it's always tension and thinking
absolutely.
like this is how we're supposed to live.
So why not wait?
I mean,
You can't wait, but you never know.
Sometimes
It could be right. Yeah, sometimes you be like, man, like we vibe now. We can have a kid and you can change, I can change, things change. It just we don't mesh like that anymore. Life happens.
Well, maybe they was together then. Once they had the kid, it changed the dynamics of their relationship.
Yeah.
Stuff happens. It happens, but like she said, I would rather it be two healthy households than one toxic.
Alrighty. What was that?
Let me sip my drink.
That was a zippy sip right there. It's a zippy sip. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get into this. Did y'all see the Jonah Hill? Did you see the Jonah Hill stuff here?
No, I
Okay. All right. Let me play you a clip. Let's fill you in real quick.
They got a clip on it.
Yeah, I thought I
might
sent
have
it
saw
to
the clip.
Yeah,
I remember reading like some of the messages and stuff, so I must have saw the clip.
Yeah, let's see here.
Basically, he met his girlfriend.
She don't want your biased opinion. All right.
This is not a very good week for men who want to police what their women wear. So if you guys didn't know, Sarah Brady, who happens to be a professional surfer, had just released a bunch of text messages in regards to her ex-boyfriend, Jonah Hill. So let's get into what he had to tell her, because honey, he a mess. Him, a mess. So if you check out her thread on Instagram, it starts like this. She titled it and said, "Girls, if your partner is talking to you like this, make an exit plan. Love y'all. Call me if you need an ear." So these messages are from Jonah Hill, and he goes off and says, "Good start," because he was asking her to delete some pictures of her in a bikini surfing. And then he says, "You don't seem to get it, but it's not my place to teach you. Okay? And then he goes on to say, I've made my boundaries clear. You refuse to let go of some of them, and you've made that clear. And I hope it makes you happy. And then he proceeds to send her a post of her wearing a one-piece bathing suit. And the video has a good number of views and a good number of engagement that he wanted her to delete. She then showed the hypocrisy in his messages because Jonah Hill had DM'd this to her. It was actually a picture of her surfing and then with some heart eyes. And then she says, how you doing? He says, I want to see you. Now, it was okay for her to post stuff like this so you could slide into her DMs. But as soon as you became her boyfriend, they got to go. He then proceeds to send her this long thread and talks about it as plain and simple. And then it's all of the guidelines that are required for him to date her, which is crazy. Well, basically, no surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men,
Let's
to
hit a list.
to post pictures of herself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, and then he says friendships with women who are in unstable places, and from your wild recent past beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful. So she's not allowed to have friends who might not be like having their footing together in life. She's not even allowed to have friends like that. Her friends
Okay. So this list says surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are in unstable places. Okay. Question. I did have a question for this. Is Jonah Hill setting boundaries or displaying toxic masculinity? Let's go to the ladies first. Beacha!
Why me? He sounds like the woman in an unstable place. I think it's very, I feel like it's very much toxic behavior. It's like he's trying to control her every move, because if she's a professional surfer, this is how she makes her money. What else is she going to post herself in besides a bathing suit or her surf suit or whatever? This is how she make her money. This is who she is. You know what I'm saying? So now that you are,
she don't make money from posting pictures.
Sometimes
she's a surfer.
Sometimes you can people make money off Instagram posting, all that stuff. It depends on your following and if you're influencing all that. You absolutely can make money off that. Of posting things like that. But it's like how, like, she's a surfer, like she's in a bathing suit. Like, it's not like she out here naked. It's like she's in a bathing suit. So what's the problem? If she has friends who aren't necessarily in a healthy relationship or aren't in relationships, why can't she be friends with them? Like, I don't understand, like, what's the need to try and control every move that she makes? There absolutely can be boundaries set, like, I don't like this, maybe we can work on that, but to just outright be like, nah, you can't do this, nah, this is what it is. I don't like, I think it's just him just being controlling. It's toxic. My opinion, though.
What you think, Mrs. Punk?
So, I have an issue with the whole thing because the clips are only showing what he sent, and like she had to be responding in between there for him to go from subject to subject, because he's saying you're not getting it. It was obviously a conversation that got turned into just his text messages. So that's my first issue, because you got to hear both sides. My second issue is, yeah, he met her like that in her bathing suit, and he slid in her DM. But he's also saying, if it caught my attention, it catch other niggas. I mean, other people attention.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I get that wholeheartedly. But then there is some things that he put in there that make sense, and it's also toxic. So boundaryless relationships, absolutely. If there ain't no boundaries, then you can do what you want to do, you know. However, the status of my friend relationship ain't got nothing to do with me. I am not a follower. I am my own person. I have a lot of unmarried friends. I have a lot of hoe friends. I got a lot of, it's a variety. But I'm not going to end their relationship. But that's almost saying, if you're not a certain stature, then I can't be friends with you. And I'm not saying that, because maybe my placement in life and my influence to help you get to where you need to be. So I never turn my nose up at nobody and feel like, oh, I'm better than you because you're not here. You know, I make this amount of money and you're beneath me. No, I ain't doing that. However, it's like he kind of was all over the place with his, but if he didn't send that before they started a relationship, I think it's an odd time to do it now. Because then maybe she could have made the decision to adhere to it and you know, go forward, or say, no, that's too much, that's not for me. But to take it straight to public, because he did this privately, I got an issue with that too.
Okay. And that's a whole nother conversation, and we could go back into that.
Okay.
Punk, is he setting boundaries, or is this toxic masculinity at its finest?
I don't even like the word toxic.
Well, you know what we're talking about.
I just think he's setting boundaries. Everybody got the right to set whatever boundaries they want to. Everybody do it. Like, we all set boundaries. We don't care about what people think about our boundaries, because they're our boundaries. So he got the right to set them. Nah, whether she agree with him or not, or the world or whatever, then she make a choice whether to be with him or not. But everybody should be allowed to set their boundaries. And with the relationship shit, I feel like he was saying people who are unstable, like not their relationship, but just them, because misery love company, and if you hanging with a bunch of miserable ass people, that shit do rub off sometimes. So I'm not saying it's cool for him to say he don't want her to be around him, but that's his boundary, because maybe he don't want you falling into some misery or whatever, and now that shit in our relationship. But who knows? But everybody got the right to set their boundaries. I do feel like he should have said it beforehand. If you didn't set your boundaries in the beginning, then shut up. Like, it's really like what you're talking about. But if this is something you said in the beginning, and she still decided to date you, and now all of a sudden she putting them out there like, this why y'all not dating no more, because this the type of person you are, because it's her ex-boyfriend, right? You still chose to deal with him knowing his boundaries. So either you didn't have that big of a deal with him, or whatever, and now something happened and now you want to try to expose some shit. But if he said it before, you had an option, and you said okay.
Okay. So let me ask you this, Punk, because you said something there, and I wanted to touch on it. You said if he didn't say this at the very beginning, then basically shut the F up, or whatever you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to play this clip, and then I want us to kind of discuss it. Okay.
I feel like everybody's always talking about how you should have boundaries and you should create boundaries. And I completely agree 100%. But no one ever really talks about how when you don't have a boundary, because we're all learning and growing every day, and then you decide to set one, how bad it makes you feel. Makes you feel like you're the one in the wrong. Like you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. I feel like everybody's
okay. So how do you set a boundary when you didn't know you didn't have any boundaries? So maybe at the beginning I didn't specify this is a boundary for me. But once something happened or something triggered me, now I'm understanding something about myself because I'm triggered by it. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about it. I'm analyzing it. So how do I now say, yo, this is a boundary for me? I know I didn't say it at the very beginning, but I didn't know at the very beginning. But now I'm realizing this is a boundary for me.
I think it's the way you say it. Like, just taking their situation, right? You was commenting on her pictures, so you knew she posted pictures like that. If it was a boundary, then you should have said that's a boundary. But once y'all were together or whatever, if you started to feel like, hey, I feel a certain way about you where I don't really want people in your inbox because of these type of pictures, then absolutely you had that conversation, but not in a sense of like in an aggressive way, or you can't do this or else, or how it was coming off with him like, I see you still left some up here. I see it's like, first of all, you just set this boundary. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta give me time to figure shit out.
To adjust
to things, because nothing is just an overnight thing. I can stop posting these type of pictures, but me taking some old shit down really don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, the world done seen it at this point. But if you're saying, hey, I don't want you to post these type of pictures, okay, cool. Your boundary is set. But talking about something I did in the past is kind of pointless at that point because it wasn't an issue then. So we shouldn't even be talking about it.
What, Mrs. Punk, do you have how would you set a boundary into a relationship?
You mean like once it started already?
We're already in this. You didn't know that this was a boundary. You didn't know this was a trigger.
It's a conversation that has to be had. Yes, you don't always know how you feel about something until you encounter it. But you can't take something of how you once was okay with and just tell me, yeah, you ain't doing that no more. Let's take that down. We ain't doing this. But you can definitely state your opinion about it, and let's see what we could do to compromise or ease it a different direction. But don't say this is what it takes to date me, because now you're giving me an ultimatum almost. And it's like, no, let's talk about it. Let's get to the root of it. What about this don't you like? Because there's nothing wrong with setting the boundary, but it also means, is it emotional? Is it valid? Is it real? Like, or is it something I'm not seeing that you can see, that you're seeing? But we gotta talk about it, and the way you present it to me is, let's have a conversation. Don't text me this list of demands, but genuinely say, hey, I'm once like this, or I didn't know I didn't like this until it happened. How can we fix this?
Or, as your boyfriend, I don't really like all the comments I see under your pictures about your body like that. But you gotta have a conversation, and there's.
But how can she control the comments? Other people's comments.
I'm not saying she can, but that's probably the reason for him wanting it to come down or not be posted. And that's why I
said, is this your feelings? Because what you say is podcasting
entertainment.
Entertainment, right?
It is.
So it be viewers, lack of a better word, that may be like, damn, he fine. Ooh, he look like this. Ooh, that nigga beard shaped up. I'm not saying that they do, but am I gonna get in my feelings until you turn the comments off? You know what I'm saying? No. It comes with the territory, and your boundary can't be straight feeling based on something that's out of your control.
Jonah, dang, you in the film industry, like you're you're in movies, like
maybe he want to be the spotlight. He don't want to be with somebody that
attention.
Then find you a plainer Janer, bro.
Basically,
you want a surf girl? She cool. She need
a body.
She need to be plainer, Janer, Brody. Okay. V-Chat. What you think?
They right. Mr. and Mrs. Punk hit it right on the head. A conversation.
Oh, man. What is the difference between a boundary and an ultimatum? We podding tonight, baby.
like a boundary is like
Mike.
I feel like a boundary is just you saying like, hey, I don't like this, and I would like for you to change this, or at least this is something I would like for you to change. You know what I'm saying? We can work towards that change. And the ultimatum is just like, either you gonna do it or you're not. And if you don't want to do it, then peace out. So I feel like with a boundary, there's more room to like maybe compromise or actually like working towards whatever it is. Coming to a compromise of like what it is. You know, maybe I could post my swimsuit pictures while I'm surfing, but I'll cut the comments off if the comments bother you.
Come on, eyebrows. What you got?
Hold on. Let me jump in real quick. I think boundary is more self though, because you said something about what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But I think boundary is more self about what you're willing to accept.
No difference in a boundary and an ultimatum.
So that's why
I set a boundary and you go against that boundary for the sake of myself and my boundary, your ass is cut off. If I give you an ultimatum and you decide to go with the opposite of what I want you to do, your ass is cut off. So at the end of the day, it's really the same shit. We just calling it like two different things to make one.
Boundary sound a lot softer.
One is better. That's it.
I feel like you come to a compromise.
Are you gonna let somebody compromise with your boundaries? If you got a boundary that's like, hey, I don't like this, and somebody come do it, let's say you don't want people smoking cigarettes in your car, right? And somebody smoke a cigarette in your car, your ass got to get out, or you can't smoke cigarettes in here. That's a boundary for you. It's either out or in. Which one you taking? And if you tell them, hey, you can't smoke in here, or you can't ride with me, that's an ultimatum. Which one you want to do? At the end of the day, it's the same shit.
You just said when it's a boundary, we can work up to it. And
Who?
You.
I did not say that. I did not say hell no. What are we working up to? It's a boundary.
You just said we just can't cut everything off. That's working up to it.
What I said is she cannot take down the old stuff, but she could stop posting, which means, yeah, I respect that you don't want these pictures posted, so I won't do it anymore. But these already been seen,
already out,
so it really don't matter. Mm-hmm. I ain't feel like it was no working up to nothing. What's that saying? Instead of posting 5 a week, I'm going to post 2? Hell no, you still doing it.
It's progress.
Shit.
Facts.
Oh, okay.
I think she was looking at it like it's progress.
Progress, right.
And like you said, Jonah, like you still gonna keep on,
still
keep it on.
You still doing your shit.
Go keep it on.
And then it's like, was it a matter of hours in between this? Like,
that's like somebody walk past your desk and touch your shoulder every day, and you like, hey, I don't like my shoulder touched, and then they only do it 2 times a week. You gonna be looking at his ass like, I just told you I don't like my shoulder touched. It ain't no progression with that. This is my boundary. Stop doing it. Or now you ex-boyfriend and girlfriend. It is what it is.
Boy, Mrs. Punk, did you want to give your opinion on boundaries versus ultimatums? You think it's the same, or you think it's different?
Presentation.
It's presentation. Yeah. Boundaries sound a lot healthier and softer. Ultimatum.
We all about setting boundaries for ourselves, but you better not give me an ultimatum.
Punk, my boy Punk, he owned it. My boy Punk owned it today. What else we got here? Do you wanna? Okay.
Ultimatum sound like toxic masculinity, right? And boundaries sound healthy. Oh.
Don't start with me tonight. You've been in a good mood today.
I'm still in a good mood.
Don't start with me, sir. Actually, my work was kind of shitty, but.
All right, let's try to lighten the mood then. Dang, shit. Let's go to the top. We heard you. Oh yeah, that's.
Oh, you playing?
What up, little man? Hey. Hey, babe. Do you think I could use the main bedroom? Yeah. Go for it. Go break it in. Okay, thanks. What are you doing tonight? You know me. I'm probably just gonna be taking it light tonight. It's been such a crazy week.
Come on, I want some comic relief.
Any girls this week? Well, not this week because, you know, I'm a little bit more selective with my pickings. Yeah. Oh, okay. Seems like this is like the third guy this week for you.
He's selective.
Right. What about Stephanie from the grocery store? She was cute. Oh, yeah, she's cute. Yeah, I'll probably slide in at some point. Yeah, for sure. What are you doing talking to me? Go get those cheeks destroyed, girl.
Go get them cheeks destroyed is crazy.
Might as well call my hose.
Oh my God, you. Oh yeah, you like that. Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh,
Enough of the silliness. Alright. Can men really handle open relationships? Truly.
No.
Could they handle they women getting clapped up in the next room just...
First of all, why would that have to be part of an open relationship? Go do your business some fucking way else. Like, why would you be coming home to like,
That is true though. That is true.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
But it was for comic relief. Come on, man. We gotta
And
laugh
then
sometimes.
it was in people.
It was him playing all the voices.
I get that point, but the question was, can men handle open relationships? And my question is, can anybody? Is in that sense when they in this room,
in that extreme, yeah, that's
like,
extreme as hell. Yeah.
Period. Can anybody handle an open relationship?
Can people handle open relationships?
Equality here, guys.
All about equality.
I want equality. I don't think so. I guess
Nobody.
No, I don't feel like anybody men or women could handle being in an open relationship with somebody that they truly love and care about. But if it's just like a sneaky link or it's just for sex, it's just kind of like, well, I don't give a fuck. But if I love you,
Hold on, wait.
run that
You
back.
could be in an open relationship with your sneaky link.
well, I guess it's dating other people because okay.
If it's your sneaky link, you got a nigga, and they probably got somebody.
Okay.
So
okay, I had too much tequila. Okay, you're right.
We are live. Let's reel it in. Let's reel this shit in. We are
She telling secrets
live.
because
No.
people be thinking they sneaky leaks. It's like,
Well, it depends. Well, I don't know. So in a relationship, no, absolutely not. When you love and
set
care
the
about
boundaries,
somebody,
people.
when you love and care about somebody, it's hard to think of them with somebody else. Yeah.
What's the difference in you dating somebody that's in a relationship and you love them?
Wait, what? What's the? Oh wait. Oh no. I'm like for real.
That people know about that the people in the relationship know about it.
Yeah, I mean, in essence, it's the same shit. It is an open relationship.
No, it's not, because that other person don't know you doing it. So
Between them two people, it's open because she know and he know, and so then the other person may be oblivious. But this relationship right here, technically, is open.
That ain't the main relationship, though.
To them, it is. They ain't think. Well, to the person who ain't attached, it is because they ain't think about that other person. This is my relationship right here. What you got going on over here, I ain't concerned about. But what they don't know don't hurt them. But it's the same essence, and I think it's all the same umbrella.
So if you got a husband and wife, if the husband go
Got a mistress.
cheat, got a mistress, and the wife don't know, that ain't an open relationship.
Between the husband and the wife. What
Right.
I'm saying is
It's
open
open
relationship
between
is
the
between the
mistress
mistress and
and
the
the
husband.
guy.
It ain't supposed to be a relationship. It's supposed to be whatever it is. But I'm just focused on the main relationship, the husband and wife. Can they deal with being in an open relationship?
It depends. Some people can. Some people can. I mean, I feel like that's a lot of work and a lot of patience and a lot of trust.
But where's the trust coming in? Because, well, I guess it's the trust. Well, there is trust in the relationship, but if it's open, then you can kind of do whatever you want to do. So, like,
No.
It's
Open
still
relationship?
boundaries, I guess. And I
what
guess it's
boundaries
the
are there
trust.
in an open
I
relationship?
guess it's the trust that you
bring
leave
your
for
sneaky
them.
link back home.
Boundary.
Don't go in my main bedroom. So
Use the guest bedroom. At least wash the towels next time. But change the sheets. But it's like I don't.
Yeah, I do want to answer that. Like, what would be the trust issues if it's open? Because the main thing with trust is are you cheating? And if we eliminate that,
Nah,
That's
I don't
not
think the
in
main
my
thing
eyes.
with trust is cheating. It's about whether you lying to me or not.
Yeah, and it's like I trust that we've made this decision that we sleep with other people, but I trust that you won't leave me for this person, and I trust that the things that we talk about is real, that's happening between y'all, and there is no secrets or lies or whatever. I don't know
I'm still your fucking
semantics,
priority,
of an open
person.
relationship, but I would imagine that they do have some type of boundaries or some type of something that still holds them together. You know, is it
why y'all even together?
right? So I would guess that. But
So what would be the point of having an open relationship if it's just like, what's the point of us being together? Like, if I can't trust that you're not gonna leave me for this person, what's the point of an open relationship?
Hell, I don't know.
I would think that's the ultimate trust.
That's
right?
what we're saying. Like, you have to trust that the person is only going to go do whatever they do, and that it's not that they want to leave. Because if you want to leave, just leave. But whatever reason y'all come to be in an open relationship, I have to trust that it's not because you want to leave me or I'm worried about you leaving, and we still solid. I'm still your priority. You gonna put me first, and when you got your spare time, you go do what the fuck you go do.
Right, but I guess my question is, like, if y'all solid, if we good, what's the point of an open relationship?
Because you might feel like you don't get everything you might need from that person.
But the point of an open relationship would be only for sex, because you're not looking for, like, the emotional, mental thing.
And that's,
it's just more open relationship. When I think of open relationship, I'm thinking more of just sex.
Right.
Not like, oh, you're not fulfilling me here or you're not fulfilling me there, but because maybe...
So I got a question to that. Why? Because if you feel like your man is
I'm asking why.
Hold on. If you feel like your man cheating if he emotionally attached to somebody, right? Why is it different than if he sleeping with somebody?
No. Well, I mean, like, not saying if he's emotionally attached, because ultimately, if you screwing and dealing with somebody, you're going to get attached at some point. But what I'm saying is, if y'all solid and you're not looking for... The only fulfillment that you're really looking for is just some extra physical type shit...
That's you assuming that is the thing. What if that's not the thing?
If it's an open relationship, that means we discussed it, so it shouldn't be an assumption.
So the only openness y'all feel like is all circled around sex.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm making my assumption based off that. So I can't say in any other scenario, but
people look at cheating in different aspects: emotional, mental shit, physical shit. So if Are you okay with saying, hey, I don't care if you talk to that woman about whatever and build an emotional bond with her as long as you don't have sex with her? And that's still kind of like an open relationship because you're going to feel that person is cheating if they got that bond.
I'm not okay with none of it.
That's something that they established. So that goes back to that trust. Like, I trust that in our dynamic of open relationship, you're only getting this fulfillment in this way and not this way. And going back to the trust, one of the things that I think of, if we're going to have an open relationship, I need to trust that you're not dogging me to the other person.
Pillow talking,
and being honest.
And, right, yeah.
Well, I don't know how you can dog somebody in the...
No, she said pillow talking.
Oh.
And I was saying in a negative way. Because pillow talk don't got to be negative.
I feel like pillow talk, if you in an open relationship, don't talk about me at all.
Yeah, that's a trust thing too. Trust that
baby, I know you my side bitch, but the wife, she been doing her thing in the kitchen lately. Like, you want me to bring you a plate? Like, that's weird as fuck. Like, no.
Watch that arm trying to have a podcast.
Shut the shit down.
Thank you. Trying to have a podcast.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to be appropriate. I'm trying to be appropriate. So I'm sorry.
But yeah, it all ties together, and whatever the reason for the open relationship and the dynamics that they set, that other person has to trust that is being followed, whatever it may be.
Okay. Didn't know we was going there, but we went there. I would think that if
can they handle it? Because we never answered the question.
No. Usher asked that question too.
Here we go. What was you finna say, dude? For fucking Usher. What was you finna say? I fucks with you though, my boy.
What I
Someone
do?
else was concert.
What I do?
You talking about Usher, boy?
Oh, okay,
Not
I'm
you.
gonna say, damn.
No, but damn, can we get off of Usher?
Damn, man. And did you have anything you wanted to go over, Punk?
Not necessarily. What time we
Some
at?
more topics.
We at 51 on the live. Yeah, 51 on the live, 57 on the from the start. We had a little break in the middle. Figuring the live.
Oh, if you are able to be friends with your ex.
Oh, okay.
you
Yeah, I
still
saw it.
love them or never love them.
Okay, hold on. Say it again. Say it again.
If you are able to be friends with your ex, either you still love them or never love them. Ladies.
I feel like that's tricky. So this is like you were in like a full blown relationship, not just like
Your ex. It
Maybe-
says your ex. Ain't that's what an
I
ex
was going back to sneaky
is?
position.
Stop! A relationship.
My ex-lover.
Shit.
Nah, ex sneaky link.
Not.
Nigga, you
No. Relationship.
What the opening say?
You
All
met his
relationships,
mom.
they're
No,
all-
I swear.
Jeez, okay, I'm sorry.
Seen them in the daytime.
Sink them in the day. Can we get
Come
with
on.
the question? Because y'all
They-
Trying to help plug into relationships.
Okay. Go ahead, BJ.
I think it depends on how the relationship ended. If it was a bad break, like whatever, but if we guys just came to like an agreement, like, hey, this isn't working for whatever reason, for whatever boundaries, I don't feel like, why couldn't you after sometimes still be friends?
Tony Randall say, here we go with the BS.
Again, Tony, fuck you. No, because I feel like you can be, if it's not like a toxic breakup, if it's not a bad breakup.
Let's
Here's a
hold on,
question.
let us say the question
Did
again.
you love them or you never loved them? Which one is it?
That's the question. You try to come with some other stuff.
I guess I loved him, yeah.
So you still love them. Either
No.
you still love them or you never loved them at all.
No.
Those
you
are
can-
the options.
You
Those are
cannot
the
love
options.
somebody and not love them in a friendship, like not love them romantically in a friendship.
After you done fucked with them sexually.
Yes, you can love somebody. Like, it can be like, I don't see you like that anymore. Like, you just good people. Like, I don't desire you at all in that way. So you can still be friends. That's how I feel. Depending on, like, the breakup, but... Yeah.
This is fun.
I don't believe it depends on the breakup. I believe it depends on the relationship itself. How did we interact with each other? Were we actually friends within a relationship? And do we have a good rapport with each other regardless? Because just because it wasn't a bad breakup don't mean you didn't treat me like shit throughout the whatever relationship. But do I love them or never loved them? I guess that's a tough thing because you can love somebody and not be in love with them, but doesn't necessarily mean that I love you or I care about you or you good people, and it's like I have no beef with you, so it depends, I guess. But for the sake of the question, I guess
Either you still love them or you never loved them.
it depends on the person, because maybe we can be friends because I never got to that status with you. You know what I'm saying? I never did love you. And so we just really friend zone the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So it could go either way.
They squirmy, Punk. All right, Punk. Wait, you get they squirmy. And I like, before you go, Punk, I like how you said that, like, because BJ, you fixated on how it ended. But you know what I'm saying? But the way Mrs. Punk said, she said,
right,
but
the
how
relationship,
were
yeah.
how were
So I
we
guess
in
that's what I
actual...
meant, like, and that's just like explaining, like, that's how it was. Because like, if it was a crappy relationship, I feel like the breakup is not gonna be a good one. You know what I'm saying? On either end, either I'm not trying to let it go, or you're not trying to let it go. So it could be bad in that sense. But I guess I feel like if it's like, if we came to just like an agreement, like, hey, this, no, we good, but this is just not working, that the relationship was fairly decent. And there was like no real mistrust. Like, you didn't dog me out, I didn't dog you out. So like, we just come in like, we just don't vibe like that.
You didn't say that though.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm excited. That's what I'm saying. Like, I agree with what you said.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Punk is chomping at the bits here. Sorry. I just wanted to get that in.
Chilling.
Alright, Punk, go ahead. What's going on? Either
Y'all finna hate me for my answer.
if you are able to be friends with your ex, either you still love them or you never loved them.
Y'all finna hate my answer. So, in a major sense, I feel like you never loved them.
Okay.
And I say that because, like, relationships that I've been in, I felt like, oh, I love this person. I was so in love. I wanted to be with them, all this shit, da 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 da. And for whatever reason, the shit ain't worked, right? And then you get older, mature, shit happens, whatever, and then you're in a relationship and y'all go through hella shit, right? And then you find yourself still there. So obviously the love is completely different than what you may have thought love was at that point. So what I thought was love and I loved you and all of that, now at this point in life, I don't even...
It's not even
It's not even that. Yeah, it's like it's not even that with you. I wouldn't even... You know what I'm saying? It's not the same type of feeling that I have for the person that I'm with or whatever the case is. So essentially, I'm going to feel like I don't even think I never loved you. The way I thought love was this and I loved you, like, nah, I couldn't have because she wouldn't have been that way, you know?
I like that. I like that.
See, you didn't even hate your answer. It wasn't
Yeah.
wrong.
The people don't hate it.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I hope not. But, I don't. You know,
Exactly.
At all.
Exactly.
Don't care at all.
I love it here.
You better.
Episode 87.
Follow the TikTok.
YouTube. You know, all the rest.
If we give each other good sex, are we even?
Oh.
Sure. She like, hell
That
no.
means no. We'll get into that on the next episode.
Oh, shit.
Yep. We'll get into that on another episode.
Yes, to be continued.
Peace out. Hold on. Any final words?
Nope.
Alright.
Shout out to y'all.
Peace.
Followers, we ain't been on in a little minute. You know, we appreciate y'all.
Nothing.
Oh, we appreciate y'all still fucking with us. Real talk. Everybody that popped on, we went live. You know, it's probably been a couple weeks or some shit like that. But yeah, keep rocking. We gonna keep rocking.
We back. You know, we was enjoying the summer a little bit. It was a lot of graduations, you know, birthdays. People were sick. People was, yeah, it's just crazy.
Work.
Festivals, concerts.
I started coming to holler at y'all by myself too.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, that's why I said it here so they know. So if y'all don't see it happen,
That's
be on my
commitment. Call
ass.
them out. Call them out.
It's the tequila, y'all.
Peace out.